So the big question is this: how do investors like us who don't have a PhD in finance or millions to start investing, how do we grow our bank accounts to build real savings and retirements and yet still have the time to do what we really love? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. A lot of new investors want to start investing, but they can't overcome that educational barrier to entry into finance. And they know the importance of personal finance. They know the importance of growing their wealth over time through assets like stocks, bonds, cryptocurrencies. These are all very crucial ways to create a lot of income, a lot of wealth by turning your money into more money. But it's very, very difficult because that educational barrier to entry into finance. Now, if you've never really thought about investing, or if you not really care about investing, or you just aren't a fan of money, please, there's a button right here. Skip this ad. I don't want you here for more than 30 seconds or else it's going to cost me money. And I'll tell you what, I want to share with you something today that's very, very low cost at free. I want to give you a free gift, okay? Now, free gifts aren't very easy to come across. So that's why if you aren't interested in personal finance and investing, skip this ad so that I don't pay to tell you more about this free gift, okay? Sound cool? Now here's the deal. I used to be exactly where you guys were. I was working a minimum wage job at Subway. I mean, I was making, pretty good money, but I wasn't growing my wealth. My money wasn't working for me. I was working for my money. And that was a really big problem. That was something that really messed up my life because while I was working there was a lot of people at Subway and I was training them. We were growing together. And we were on this path as a group together, and we were growing and growing and growing. About 6-7 months in, what was really interesting was, I was pretty young at the time, and I was extremely happy to be working. And so when my boss, he was kind of a jerk. He was kind of an ass. And so a lot of people, they weren't a fan of him. So they started to quit. They started to leave. And I started to see the people I was working with leave. And I was cool with it because I was like, dude, I can live with you being a jerk because I'm not technically supposed to be working this many hours a week. And so I'm kind of happy with where I'm at. But as more people started to leave, all of a sudden, I was working weekend shifts at Subway alone. I was doing doubles completely alone. And I started to realize that if I really wanted to have control over my financial future, I had to take finances into my own hands. And I had to have a control. I had to grasp and create the tools needed for real financial freedom. And that's when I started to research stocks. When I started to look into the stock market and learn about assets. And it's crazy, right? It took 4, 5, 6 months of just dedicated research, learning. I would go to school, I would go to work, and every extra moment of time I had, I went to learning more about investing. And it took a very, very, very long time for me to learn enough to have the confidence to go out in the marketplace and make that first investment, to start learning, start trading. And it was during the school year, right? So I started making my first couple of trades. I had my first wins, my first losses, and I really started to learn more about the real strategies that the secret, the uber wealthy use to actually create returns that are confounding. It's insane. I had a stock I traded just a week ago, went up freaking 433%. Now, guys, most people, they're used to having 7-10% returns in the stock market. And so if you can get just a little bit of a chunk of that very small subset of stocks, that top 1% of stocks that gets the 99% of the returns, 99% of the investments. And it's not just in the stock market. I've done it in crypto. I've done it in derivatives. I've done it in options. I've done it in so many asset classes, all by mastering this fundamental financial education and understanding exactly how to make the best investments with the most upside and radically less downside than 99% of investors. And that's what I want to share with you today. All right. I spent a very, very long time after, I've had a lot of success in the markets. Okay. I've also lost $100,000 in the market, lost 6 figures in the market. All right. What I've done is I've taken everything I learned from going to literally a $500 account to $100,000, then losing it all. I've taken all the principles, all the knowledge, all the growth that I've had in that time span, and I've really compacted it down. So while I was going up and I was making multi-6 figures, a lot of people around me, they saw what I was doing and they said, dude, we really want to learn from you, okay? And so I started teaching classes in my community. I started teaching students, this is how you invest. This is how you crush it. And then, of course, the Bitcoin crash in 2017 happened, which was just absolutely killer for me. And so I started to realize, I needed to create a system that would work for everybody consistently. And that's when I started to really hone in on the principles I was using and the systems and practices that I've been practicing now for years and years and years to really create that stable income stream, that stable growth, so that your account just goes up and up and up and up. I doubled my bank account with swing trading, very, very minimal investment. I spent literally 6 hours creating a portfolio. 2 years later, that portfolio doubled in value. Why did that happen? It happened because I had quality financial education. I want you to understand the average market return 10%, you make 20% in 2 years. I doubled my money. And that was on passive investing. That was very passive. With active trading, I really try to target about 10% a day. How do I do that? I have the education. And this is the education that takes a lot of people years and years and years and years and years and years and years to make. Now, let me tell you. So I was teaching these classes, and a lot of these kids, it was really inspirational. They were taking basically their lawnmower money and investing it in the stock market. Like, how cool is that? So I saw that happening. I decided, look, I'm going to write a book about this because I think the book is the number one way I can get this information to more and more and more and more people. So I spent half a year writing this book and taking everything I'd learned in the past 2, 3, 4 years of investing and putting it all together to take anyone from any educational background from 0 to 100 in personal finance and investing so that they could go from absolutely nothing to outperforming 99% of investors with quality financial education, copying the exact strategies that uber wealthy Americans use every single day to make tons of bank. Look, this is a strategy that I personally use to decrease the amount of work that I'm forced to do and take control over my life again and create income for myself, work for myself, so that I have the freedom outside of working just a couple of hours a day to do whatever I want. I'm in college now. I got stuff to do. I got a lot of things going on. And so what this does is it gives me the flexibility to create income on demand thanks to a very, very, very specialized education in asset markets. And it's something that I have personally seen hundreds of people doing, but very, very few people teaching, with the exception of $1,000 masterclasses. Come pay me $5,000 and I'll let you see me day trade so that you know what I'm doing. Like, I think that's ridiculous. So I wrote this book. And the instant I released it, instant bestseller. I mean, just absolutely crushed it. I'm super, super excited about it because I know that the more people that get a hands on this book, that's the more people with quality financial education, more people creating real savings and retirements, more people forging their financial future instantly, now. And that's something I'm passionate about, okay? I make a lot of money trading stocks. And so what I want to do is I want to actually give you a free copy of this book. It's called 9 to Noon, The Secret Workday of Uber Wealthy Americans. Usually it's on Amazon right now, and I've sold hundreds of copies at $35, okay? I want to give you a free copy because I'm not in the publishing business, okay? I love trading stocks. I love investing. That's what I'm really, really passionate about. That's why I want to invest in you and buy you a free copy of this book and give it to you so that you can have quality financial education. Because I know if you take this and you read it and you apply it, there's no doubt in my mind your bank account will increase in value more and more and more and more. And you're naturally going to come back to me and say, what else can you share with me? And that's what I'm passionate about. That's what I want to do. I want to take you on this journey that's taken me years and years and years and years and years to go through. And I want to let you have these results in a weekend. You chow through this book in 2 days, you're going to be above 99% of Americans, and you're going to instantly be able to grow your wealth and create tremendous amounts of income and returns to build real savings and retirements instantly. That's the power. All right, you guys are really deep into this, and I appreciate it. So I want you to click, there's a link. It's up here. Sometimes you can click a little box over here. Click that, all right? Go over to that website, and you can learn a little bit more about what I'm going to share with you in this free book, and grab yourself a copy of it. Instant you get a copy of this book, everything will change. Nothing is the same. The instant that I started to make investments in the market, I made more in 2 weeks trading 9 to Noon than I made in a year working at Subway. Everything changed. My whole paradigm changed. My whole mindset changed. The only reason that happened was because of quality financial education. What I want to do is I've literally seen people selling the information in this book for thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in their masterclass. And when I say selling the information in this book, I mean one chapter. I've seen one chapter in this book sold as an entire masterclass. And all the information is right there for you. It's all there. I've shown this book to people, professors. I saw this one professor from the University of Chicago. She was teaching PhD students in finance. And she looked at my book and she said, the stuff I was teaching was what she was teaching her seniors in college for a finance degree. I think it's totally ridiculous to think that the everyday American should have to have a PhD in finance to start learning how to create quality investments that outperform standard market returns. I think that's total BS. And I remember when I was starting, a lot of people, they told me, dude, you can't be the market. You aren't allowed to create more than a 10% return every year. They said, John, my name's John Wooten. Nice to meet you guys, okay? They said, John, there is no way that you're able to do this. And then I showed them, dude, I made this one trade and made 10%. One day, made 10%. They said, well, you can't do that over and over and over again. Now, this was during the school year, so I had to take the summer. So I was trading the whole summer, right? I was trading in the summer, trading over and over and over and over and over and over and over for months and months and months and months and months. And now that I'm in college, it's awesome because I can trade all the time now, which is so fun. And you guys are gonna I'm gonna share with you a ton of the awesome trades we've been making lately. It's been amazing. And I did it over and over and over and over. I kept using the same system, the same practices, the same principles, the same foundational blocks. And I just kept doing it over and over and over and over. And I started teaching people. Those people I taught, they kept doing the same thing over and over and over. And you'll see some of those testimonials. You'll see people have changed their lives. Why? Change their lives because they're giving them quality financial education. I put in years of effort to get this information into a form that I can transfer to you. And I want to give it to you for free now. So click the link, get more information on this. I want to give you this book. It's going to change your life. It's changed my life, changed the lives of so many people I know. It's amazing, amazing, amazing content. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I really appreciate it. Go out there, take these, apply it, and have massive growth, success in your life. I'm telling you this one thing, it'll change everything. This book is the point you're going to look back and you're going to say, wow, freaking, it's free. Guys, there is no, look, just cover small shipping charge. I literally lose money selling you this book. I care about you. And I care about financial education. I know that if you really, really apply this, you're going to create a ton of money and it's going to come back. It's going to flow around. So please, please, please learn a little bit more. If it's a good fit, if you're interested in growing your wealth, if you're interested in creating real savings and retirements, you want to expand your horizons and more specifically learn the exact secret strategies that the uber wealthy use to have massive, massive, massive growth. Stock market, crypto, any financial market, it all comes down to this financial education. Thanks guys so much. Click this link, learn more about it. Grab yourself a free copy. It'll change your life. Guarantee it. Thanks. Want more stock market secrets? If so, go get your free copy of my best-selling book, 9 to Noon. You can get your free copy plus $11,176 of unannounced bonuses it took me years to uncover completely for free at 9tonoonsecrets.com. Inside 9 to Noon, you'll find the top 38 secrets you can use to double your portfolio every 2 years and make upwards of 10% per trade daily.